guys, this is Raquel with Paints and Glitter, and today I'm coming to you with a really exciting video. This is all about AliExpress dies that I got from the store KS Craft. I was given these dies to go ahead and play around and make some items, and I'm hoping that you guys enjoy what you see. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and let me know what your thoughts are on the projects that I'm about to show you. All of these dies were designed by Nicole, and she goes by Nicole Silhouette here on YouTube. So I'm going to start with the first item and go from there. First, I'm going to show you guys these bows here. So these dies here create some really adorable bows, and they look like this. And I've kept them quite simple, sorry, but you can make a variety. These are both the large one, and as you can tell, it does have this beautiful stitching on the edge. And then I just placed a little butterfly in the center of that one. However, the small one here, and what I did was that I placed a little flower in the center and a little heart, and I'll show you in a moment where that little heart came from. And I think these bows are just adorable. I think that scallop edge is just absolutely stunning. I also wanted to show you, let's see here, I'm going to go with this one next. This one has these hearts that cut out of the background of your page, and then it also cuts out the edge so that you can make a card or the top of a box, anything like that. Here's what I made with this one, and look at how beautiful that came out. I went with a bronze color paper for that background, and then what I did, and pardon my fingernails, I have hot glue all over my nails because I've been working on these all day. I went ahead and made this background there with that die out of a bronze paper, and then I used pink paper for the background that has gold hearts, and then that's where I also made this little bow there. What I did here was that I placed 3 bows in the center, kept it quite simple because I wanted to make a card that you could use for either a birthday, anniversary, wedding, anything like that. So I did keep it blank on the inside. There's no sentiment yet. But I made a card like this, very similar to it, about 2 years ago for my husband for our anniversary, and as soon as I saw that, I thought I would like to repeat that style because I like it so much. So there's that. The next die that I'm going to show you is this one, and it's been quite popular because it has the nail polish bottles, and it's actually 3 bottles of nail polish, and it is a pretty versatile die. You can actually make shakers with it if you'd like, but I'm going to show you how I used it. What I intend to do, of course, is to work with this as either a topper, but I'm not quite sure if I want to add it to a tag or if I'm going to just make a box yet. But this is what I came up with, and what's really neat about it is that you can cut out the pieces that go here for the bottle tops, if you will. So you can change the color of that. So if you can picture those in different colors. But what's also nice is that, of course, when you layer the dies, that you get this beautiful outline. And then I did also use one of those little bows just in the center there. What I did for mine was that I used blue and white paper for the background, which you see here on this bow that has these beautiful roses. And then I layered vellum in between to soften that color, because I wanted to have like this beautiful blue and white theme going through, and you're going to see that in a lot of my projects today, but I really like that die. So that's that one there. Then the next die that I want to show you guys is this one here, and as you can see, if it's not noticeable, it is a Rosette die. This one measures 6 4/8 by 4 inches wide, and what it makes is a rosette such as this one. Now for this one, I just wanted to let you know that I did cut it out 4 times, and then I adhered them, the pieces end to end. So, and then if you press them in the center, once you have them all together, then you're able to make something like this. Now I didn't make a project with it because I actually am intending of perhaps putting it in with a bouquet of flowers with what would be like a little dowel. So that's why you're seeing it like this, but it is quite large once it's assembled. This one, once you make it, if you make it with 4, then it's just shy of 8.5 inches wide. So it's quite large. You can use it for a backdrop, to decorate a wall, or to make a wall hanging. So if you added a thread here and hung it from the ceiling, I think would be really pretty. This one here, this unassuming little die, I love it. I think it's so pretty because you can add it to cards or tags or anything like that. And I'm going to show you what that looks like when it's cut out. That looks like this. So I am so happy with how this little card came out. I had such a great time making it. And what I did was that, as you can tell, I used it sort of, you know, off the page there because I think it adds a lot of whimsy. And then I also added it behind these little critters that I cut out. These are not from AliExpress. I got these myself. And I just thought they were so funny because you can stamp the little sentiments. And these are actually mama elephant stamps. They look like this. And they have a lot of different little sayings. But what I did was that I just thought, oh my gosh, the little bunny, she's like me, where she's like, oh, let's be extra. And then this would be my husband. He's like, yeah, okay, whatever. So what she said. Oh gosh. But anyway, I thought it would be adorable to just use those little stars as, you know, as if they were just, I don't know, maybe in the sky, I'm not sure, but I used this background paper also that has little stars in it and sequins, and I just had tons of fun, and I made it shabby, as you can tell here. So I wanted to distress the edges because I wanted to use this here in the background, which is a glitter paste, to make it look shiny and fun. And I, of course, added the little sequins, but my focus, I guess, here is just the fact that you can use the little stars, whether it be a background by grouping it, or this was actually one piece and I just laid it on top of silver paper, and then I tore the paper so that it would have a nice finished edge. I did fussy cut just the edges there so that it would kind of follow that little star pattern. So I am so happy with how this little card turned out. I love it. So there's that one there. I'm gonna just set it there to the side. Then the next one I'm going to show you are these tags here, and there's 2 of them. So as you can see, there's a larger one and a smaller one. And of course I'm going to place the links below so that you can see the description of each one. But they're a nice size, those tags there. What I did was that I tried using it for some little images that I wanted to use for spring. And that's what these are here. And I wanted to keep it very delicate looking because I think that these dies lend themselves to that. So what I did was, of course, that I layered the solid piece, as you see here. I layered that onto the other piece that doesn't cut. This edge does not cut. It only cuts the outside. So it's really nice for layering. I did use 110-pound cardstock, and I just had a lot of fun making these today. I think they're adorable, and I kept it again with that blue and white theme. And then here I fussy cut the little bird, and I adhered him there. And I stamped Hello Spring on that one, and I think they're so adorable. So what I want to do with these is add them to a spring project or maybe some cards. I'm not sure yet. This, just to let you guys know, because I haven't given you measurements. If you haven't seen these before, they're, let's see, 3.5 inches wide by 4.5 inches tall for the large one, 3.5 inches tall this way around. And let's see here, just a little under, yeah, just 2 and let's see here, 2 7/8 inches wide for that one. So they're good size. And then the little bows, not to backtrack, but I'm sorry, it looks like I had a little hot glue there still. These, when they're done, are just under 3.5 inches wide. I'm sorry, 3.25 inches wide for that larger bow. And then the little bow assembled, let's do it this way. and I'm sorry, I'm trying to see through my camera here. Okay, this is two inches wide, and then because I'd like to see the final size here. This is actually 4.5, just over 4.5 inches wide when it's all assembled by, let's see here, this, I guess, no, let's measure it over here. 3.25 inches tall. And then these are just, these items here, let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and measure this one. It's just 4.75 inches tall for that piece by, let's see here, just under 4 inches wide. So it's perfect for just a regular size card. I don't know if it's A2, I forget the names. The next one that I wanted to show you guys, and I'm sorry if I'm all over the place, I'm just really excited to be sharing these with you guys. Okay, so let me show this one. This one is an adorable set. I just have to tell you guys, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so much fun to use. And just to let you know, it does come with 4 dies, and I'm sorry for the glare there. It comes with 4 dies, so there's the larger star border, the circle, medium star border, circle, and then this one back here, and mine got a little dirty because I was using gel medium on it. Okay, so there's that center. And I'm sorry that it's all, you know, icky like that. It's just the gel medium that dried up on it, and I didn't have time to clean it up. Here's what I made with that one. And I am so super happy with it. First of all, let me just show you here. I'm going to move these out of the way. This one I thought was so adorable. What I did was that I took a base piece of paper and I folded it so that I could cut it and make what is a Z-fold or accordion, or, you know, whatever you want to call it, style card there. And I cut it again out of designer paper that I layered. I used the circle to cut out my image that I had stamped and colored. And then I did fussy cut the little pieces here that I didn't want to omit from that. And then what I did also was that I had cut it out of this glitter paper, the die, and I'll show you in a minute what I used that for. And then I took those little stars and added it to my image. And then on the inside I fussy cut a card from a paper pack, and it says Psalm 147:4. He counts the stars and calls them by name. And I just love, love, love that Bible verse, so I wanted to include that there. And that helps it stand up, and it is one of these that can be sat on a tabletop. And then I did add little Nouveau drops there, but as you can see, it's a really pretty die. And if you're not interested in using the larger ones, you can still use that one just to make little stars if you want to add them to a project. So that's a nice versatile die also. I love it. You know, all these little stars, they're just whimsical, but you can use them for a lot of different types of projects. The next one that I'm going to show you is this one here. And this one is this die with the balloons, and it has a solid balloon in the center. It has these little bows, and it says celebrate. So what I did with that one is I made this birthday card here, and I think it's, or it doesn't have to be birthday, but it reads as a birthday card to me. So I cut the die out of 3 different colored papers, and then what I did was I alternated the patterns, and then I did fussy cut the center one and adhered it on top of the one that was green, because that would make a little more sturdy. And then of course I alternated letters, and I put all of that on a lime green background there, and it's so festive and pretty. And then of course the little bows you can also, you know, add to the card or omit them, it doesn't matter. I think it's a lovely die set. To give you some tips on it, one thing I would tell you is that if you're going to use it, try to make 3 cards at once. So what you can do is cut 3 different colors because you're gonna want the variety of the balloons. That's what makes this card fun. So cut all 3 of them out, and then as you're alternating them, then make 3 cards and you're good to go. You'll have 3 cards that you can use. So that's what I recommend with that die, and I absolutely think it's adorable. Okay, so then my next one that I'm going to show you is, it's the same die set, and this is where you're I don't know, I just fell in love with it. So when I first saw that this die set here, which is the one I'm referring to, the first thing that came to mind was a baby boy, or just a baby project. So what I wanted to do was that I wanted to make a shaker, and that's what's so awesome about that, is that you can use, and here's how I did it actually. You don't have to do it this way, but I took these 2 concentric circles and I placed them on my cutting mat, and with that I cut out the ring that I used for that silver paper, as well as the foam that you see there. And that I placed behind this smaller star circle, and I'm going to have to adhere that again. But what it allowed me to do was it allowed me to make that shaker and still have that pretty element on top. And then the plastic that I know a lot of you guys want to know where I got my acetate. I get my acetate from Amazon or from Cricut.com. However, this was actually a recycled piece of plastic from the top of one of these small stamp sets that you can get. It was actually a Maggie Holmes stamp set, and I just took the plastic off and I recycled it. I put it on my cutting mat, and I use the smaller circle, yeah, and that's it. So here, this teddy bear is from my own separate purchase. I've had this since, I think I used them in December on a different project. And then here, just to show you guys, this is again that inlay die, and that's the center one here. Let me show you guys. Since it doesn't cut a border, what's so awesome about it is that you can use it to cut into the paper. And then I also used it, if you see that squishy glitter coming out of there, I used it as a stencil, and then I put the glitter medium there, and then that allowed me to kind of have a pattern there as to where to place the stars, but it also gave me a little bit of that glitter kind of popping through. So yeah. I also used one of those tag dies back here just to give a background to that little teddy bear. And then on the inside here, what I did was that I used concentric circles to match the paper line. Then I used the word congratulations, and this is just from my personal stash. So the larger circle also is from a die of my own. This is not from AliExpress. Then the last project that I wanted to show you are with these dies here. And I think if I had to pick a favorite, this would be it. And it still had some adhesive there, but it's just washi tape. So here's what it looks like. And then here's what I made. Let me move these out of the way. And I just fell in love with the shape. I think it's absolutely adorable. I try to, you know, of course, make it girly. And if you recognize the girl here, she's one of those LOL girls. I stamped her onto the paper and colored her in, and then cut that image out with the smaller of the dies, which is this one. And then I used the larger one to cut out the vellum that you see here, as well as the glitter paper, and it cut quite nicely. I was actually surprised. There's only one little bit that didn't cut out perfectly, and that's only because I only ran it through once on my machine. But I wanted to show you, this little one here is absolutely beautiful. So what I did was that I added it down here, and I also added one of the little flowers here onto this bow, and I doubled up the bow, as you can tell there. So that's the same bow that I showed you earlier. All I did was that I cut it out in vellum, as well as the glitter, chunky glitter paper, which I've seen so many of you guys use, and I finally got a hold of some. And I'm so happy with how this turned out. I added the little pearls there, as you can tell also. And this will probably be a topper on either a mini album, I'm thinking, but I'm not quite sure yet. It depends. I don't know. But I think it's also very versatile. Oh, and I added the shiny tool back here, and I think I got that at Joann's. So in any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed these projects. Please let me know your thoughts. And of course, use the links below to get your hands on any one of these dies. I think you're going to love using them. Nicole worked so hard on these. You can tell. I mean, they're just so nicely designed. Everything is absolutely beautiful. The attention to detail is just superb. You're not going to be disappointed, and I just highly recommend them. I look forward to using them again. And of course, I always say, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me. My name is Raquel. I'm Paints and Glitter, and I hope that you can be inspired and be blessed. Have a great day. Bye-bye.